Hello everyone, I am Xerix, Lord Sentinel, and welcome to Century of Economy 2026. After a 4-year hiatus, we are back with a live Pirates campaign. The ocean consists of 3 seas. Pictured here is the Southwestern Sea, where the English and French are located. This is the Central and Eastern Seas. The Americans and Spanish call the Central Sea home, with the pirates encursed in the Eastern Sea, bisected by the imposing Voya Nui. The rules document can be found linked below in the description. And without further ado, hoist the colors, trim the sails, and on to the action! The Spanish lead things off, splitting their fleet in 3, with each ship heading for a different island. La Cordoba stays at home, protecting the chieftain and Contessa Amore. The Spanish native canoes spawn at the Flat Top Island. The canoes cannot explore this island on their first turn. On their next, they'll explore and see what treasures and resources can be found. The pirates are next, and already the Bloody Jewel makes land at a gold island. The Jewel finds several golden goodies, along with the John's Hook unique treasure. While setting a course to the west, the Raven and Banshee's Cry are beset by an iceberg. The Americans are next, sending the Peacock to the Lagoon Island, where she finds several golden treasures, including a blue Imaginite and the Nuva. The Peacock also discovers food at the lagoon. Elsewhere, the Providence makes land at Oak Island, a huge gold island on the border of the Twin Islands and the Shallow Sea. Among the treasures found is another blue Imaginite and Jack's Piece of 8. The French send Lepic to a nearby island, where she encounters a tribe of cannibals, but also finds Neptune's trident and the medicine resource. The Bon Marin joins her at a neighboring island, finding yet another blue Imaginite and a metal hull, and establishes her island as a metals island. La Provence is able to reach the Portal Island, where among the treasures hidden there, she finds the Emperor's royal command. Like the other factions, the French have spread out with their starting fleet. The Pique and the Bon Marin are just visible at the upper frame, with the Provence at the Portal and the rest of the fleet sailing east, toward a gold island and the massive Poseidon's Eye. A storm threatens to engulf one of the Frenchmen on their way to Poseidon's Eye. The Cursed call the far eastern sea their home. Here, Squalic and the Grinder make ready to sail, with Davy Jones himself taking the helm of the Grinder. Between her amazing speed and windcatcher ability, Squalic makes land, finding lumber, a curse of Davy Jones, and the Ikaku. Unlike the other factions, the Cursed keep their fleet together, with the Grinder close behind Squalic. However, they take note of the nearby islands and make plans to revisit them. Finally, the English, with their home in the southeastern corner of the Southwestern Sea. Dodging storms, Hermes Sandals makes land at the Shipwreck Pathway Island, exploring it and finding a sword and the metals resource. HMS Dover joins her at the island, picking up a castaway that the Sandals couldn't load. Lee Requin joins the ranks of the English. Elsewhere, HMS Antelope and the Edinburgh Trader sail perpendicular to the ocean current and almost make land at the hidden Cove Island. La Monarca makes land, finding metals and a martyr's amulet. La Menzahara also makes land, finding turtles, plunder, and eventually food. El San Francisco explores half of Split Island, finding a Toa Stone and a volcano. Dodging the lava flows, the San Francisco finds lumber. At the Flat Top Island, the canoes explore, finding several golden goodies and minerals. The Raven hitches a ride on the current and makes land at a small resource island, finding metals and several treasures. Behind her, the Banshee's Cry makes for the Mountain Island. To the northeast, the Dragon lands at Sharktooth Island, finding medicine, a heart of stone, and Lord Duke Exeter's shield. The Star of Siam makes land at a gold island by Voya Nui, finding some rum and a plethora of other treasures, including a letter of marque, runes of the serpent, a cursed conch, and John's cutlass. The Peacock returns home, cashing in the blue Imaginite for 7 gold, and revealing a silver 1 and sparkling silver 5, netting them quite a pretty penny. The Providence returns with her own blue Imaginite, worth 9 gold and a silver 1, further adding to the American coffers. Elsewhere, the Annapolis lands at Tutorial Island, finding a voodoo doll, the Mask of Wisdom, and eventually food. The mask will let them look at all face-down treasures on every island in the game. At the end of their turn, the Americans launch, putting the Sea Tiger with a helmsman and oarsman, and USS Buffalo with George Washington LeBeau, a helmsman and oarsman, into the water. Returning home, the Bonne Marin unloads a blue Imaginite for 9 gold, and her metals. This triggered the first resource rolls of the game. For 12 rounds, the maximum duration, medicine, lumber, and minerals would be the most valuable resources, with values of 6, 5, and 4. Food, metals, and spices would be among the least valuable, with values of 3, 2, and 1. Le Coeur de Lion and company make land at the Gold Island, finding shipping charts. At home, La Provence unloads a silver 3 and sparkling 5, giving the French 21 additional gold. Deciding it might be better to explore the nearby island, Davy Jones copies an explorer and makes land, with the help of the ocean current. Jones finds Triton's defense and food. Returning home, Squalic unloads her single lumber along with a silver 2 and a solid gold 100 value coin. Storms threaten the Hermes Sandals and HMS Dover at the Shipwreck Pathway Island. Both ships hightail it away, with the Dover unloading a cargo of silver and metal, while the Sandals sails east. HMS Antelope makes land at the Hidden Cove, finding a marksman's map, the Mask of Valor, and food. The Edinburgh trader soon joins her to load the golden goodies that the Antelope couldn't. La Menzahara is in the throes of plunder, but the turtles move around her toward the Spanish home island. The Bloody Jewel returns home, unloading a small fortune in gold to the pirate home island. The Banshee's Cry makes land at and explores the mountain island. She finds minerals and several golden goodies there, including Lord Duke Exeter's sword and the fabled Artaka. The Hag of Tortuga and the Jollymon are sent into a storm. The Providence docks at a gold island, finding 2 Barbary banners, the Eye of Maru, and the Dead Man's Chest. Heading west, the Peacock explores a gold island, finding a barrel of monkeys, the Mask of Translation, a Martyr's Amulet, another Blue Imaginite, and Elizabeth's Piece of 8. LeBeau gives the Providence another action and she returns home. Icebergs cause problems, dismasting the Annapolis. At the end of their turn, the Americans launch again, putting 2 ships into the water. Hornet with a cargo master, helmsman, and oarsman, and Harlequin with a cargo master, helmsman, and oarsman. The storms follow the English home, narrowly missing the Dover. Le Pic returns to the Medicine Island, loading a full cargo of the now valuable resource. The Intrepid makes land at Poseidon's Eye, finding food, a Makoki stone, and other golden goodies. To the south, the recently launched St. Joan makes land at the Cliff Island, finding lumber and the Luddite's Revenge. At the home island, the Bonne Marin prepares to explore the newly launched L'Afrique and give her metal hull to the ship, adding some measure of protection for Captain de la Flotte. Utilizing her Windcatcher ability, Squalic returns to the lumber island, loading a full cargo. To the right, Davy Jones becomes a helmsman and hitches a ride on the ocean current to speed back to the home island. The Cursed make their first launch, taking the winning vote from a poll run on the Pirates Discord server. Calypsos with Exploding Shot. Spilled Salt with Captain, Helmsman, and Sargasso Nightmare. Pestilence with Chieftain. Dark Pact with Chieftain, Helmsman, and Oarsman. And Celestin with Linked Master Scribe and a Helmsman. With the knowledge that lumber will be valuable for quite some time, the Cursed spawn both sets of their canoes at the lumber island, to assist with early gold running. Hermes Sandals enters the shallow seas, finding a small island. She explores and discovers spices, currently worth 1 gold, along with a Makoki stone and Cotton's Parrot. The Dover makes full sail away from the dangerous storm, returning to Shipwreck Pathway to load up on metals. HMS Antelope and the Edinburgh trader cruise the ocean current and wait for the storm over their home island to either move on or dissipate. Potentially complicating things for the English, a different storm has moved over the Hidden Cove, sandwiching them between 2 different storm systems. And that wraps up this first report. Every faction is taken to the high seas for the first time in 4 years, and so far are off to a decent start. If you want to see what happens next, make sure you're subscribed. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.